Hi everyone, this is Nick Duran Fair. I'm a graduate peer educator with Project Ocean. I'm going to do a couple things today. Mainly we're going to focus on alleviating some tension in our jaw. Sometimes when we feel stressed out or if we're feeling stuck, we might clench our jaw and create a lot of tension around the jaw, the temporal lobe, and just feeling that sort of like clenched feeling. You might even do a little bit of teeth grinding. So if you're feeling any bit of tension here, getting some tension headaches, this might help to alleviate some of that physical stress and strain. But before we do that self-massage, we need to wash our hands. And when I wash my hands, I let it be a tactile, physical experience, and I follow a certain procedure, sort of like a choreography of hand washing. So I'm gonna offer that now, and feel free to follow along at home, or just kind of like think about the steps and then apply it the next time you wash your hands. But I do recommend washing your hands before doing any touching around the face. So here we go. First, I'm gonna run my water, just a little bit. I'd like it to be warm. And then I'm going to get my hands wet. Nice and wet. Coming into the sensation of water, just paying attention to the temperature. And then I'm going to take quite a bit of soap and start to rub it between my two palms, getting a nice, soft, slippery kind of friction going as the soap begins to suds up. And then I'm going to go between my fingers and switch which finger was on top. And then I'm going to slide over the top of my hand and get the top of my hand and in between my fingers. And then slide over to the other side, top of the hand, in between the fingers. And then I'm gonna go for my thumbs. So I bring my hands together again and just slide out my thumbs. Slip and slide. And from here, I'm gonna get my nails and really get into my palm. And also getting underneath my fingernails, and then get to my knuckles. And same thing on the other side, starting at the tip of my fingers, the fingernails, and working my way into my fist. And then I'm gonna slip all of that off and run it down the drain. So anything that was on my hands, including any potential viruses, just slip right off and down the drain. Good. All right. I'm gonna dry my hands. And then I'm gonna take you into my other room. Okay, here we go. Now we get to do the relaxing self-massage. So first, I'm going to just hold my hands on the outside of my head and feel first an energetic connection of my hands to my head, and then press in and just start these little circles, primarily with the heels of the hand, getting into the temples. And then I'm going to slide my hands down the sides of my face, really getting the cheekbones, getting into the jaw, mostly with the heels of my hand. Oh, so tense. And then down to my fingers, really getting into the cheekbones, the jaw, release, and I can do that again. I like to shake my hands out. Circling in the temples, sliding down the face to the cheekbones, getting right in under the cheekbones, getting right into the jaw. You can even use your fingers just on the sides of the face, along the jawline, really getting in there. And then I'm going to use one hand as a support, and the other hand, I'm going to take my fingers and get all along this left side of my head, right where the temporal lobe of the brain is. And I'm just going to do little circles. And you might feel some kind of like tender spots. If you find a tender spot, you can take a little bit of time there. Just a little time and attention. And then we're going to take our circles and our finger work down into the cheekbone. Little circles. And down into the jaw as well. Ah, there, it's nice. And here I can also use my knuckles. You can stick with your fingers if you want, but you might get a different kind of pressure, a little deeper sensation with the knuckles. You really feel those tender places in there. My goodness. Sometimes we don't even notice that we carry this tension in this area. But then we might get, switching to the other side, we might get a headache. We might just start to also feel that strain in the neck and shoulders. You know, it's really all connected here. You can even get into the back where the occipital lobe of the brain is. I'm also going to do my knuckles and get in there, finding the tender spots. Down to the cheekbones. Oh, right in there. Any sort of tender spots. Good, and you can do that for as long as feels good to you. And we'll let that go. I'm going to rest my shoulders, just taking one hand to one shoulder, telling it to rest and relax. Go ahead and relax that shoulder. Good, and then the other shoulder, relax. Yeah, get in there. Relax, telling the shoulder to relax. And then I'm going to just be easy in my seat. I'm going to soften my jaw. And then I'm going to take my jaw side to side. Just side to side, very slowly. Smooth movements of the jaw. It might not look like much, but on your own, you can try that. And then we can try circles, taking the jaw over to one side, down to the middle, over to the other side, and back through center, just around like that. And then we'll reverse the direction. If you feel any jaw clicking, take that as an indication to do less, to go slower, to back off if you need to. Good, and relax and center. Just notice with your jaw softly relaxed, your tongue heavy in your mouth. Just notice what you feel, any sort of release of tension, any ease. And then very slowly start to oscillate your head like a fan, blowing in all directions and moving very smoothly, very seamlessly from right to left. So slow, not about stretching the neck, just keeping that smooth, gentle movement, that slow oscillation, that rotation. Any hiccups along the way, any bumpy spots, just soften, slow down, and do less. And the next time your head makes it to the center point, just rest there. Relax, letting tension slip away from the forehead, between the eyes, the jaw, down your neck, alleviating tension, relaxing the shoulders, down both arms, relaxing your hands and your fingertips, coming back to the shoulders, relaxing down the back, through the rib cage, the abdomen, Release any tension around your pelvis and down your legs, all the way down to your feet, letting go of any tension in your feet or your toes. Come into the sensation of breathing, the rise and fall of the breath, and an overall sense of ease and relaxation. And when you're ready, you can very softly, very slowly open your eyes and acknowledge an ending. Well, I hope you feel a little bit better, a little easier, a little less tension, especially around here and through here. And just come back to that any time of the day. And every time you wash your hands, let it be a tactile, sensitive, physical, sensational experience. Take your time with it. Find your choreography with it. And just let that be a mindful moment, a movement. And anyways, very good to check in. And I'll see you next week. All right, bye-bye.